Trust me, just believe in me. I promise you this is worth it.
Is this not Armin? Right?
Honestly, props to the architects in this world, because their buildings be surviving quite a few nasty things right now.
Yo, we got acid rain? If our Isekai MC got acid rain, that's pretty metal.
Rest in peace, Ozzy. You'd be loving this. Now, before I get anyone crying in my comment section because of the title, at least hear me out. I do admit that not a lot of people will agree with me, but this is unironically how I feel. But before we jump into it, of course, drop a like, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here, and Patreon is where you'll catch my full live reactions to every single episode of Water Magician. I doubt I'm going to be doing this one on YouTube weekly. I mean, we're already at episode 4, but I did want to at least get my thoughts out because it's kind of been a comfort show for me, and literally since episode 1, it kind of scratched an itch, similar to a Mushoku Tensei. Now, here's the thing. Very different shows, I'm not going to deny, but there's something about the way the magic and the world is explored kind of gives me that vibe, or at least it scratches an itch so similar to how that show did, because Mushoku Tensei, there's a lot about that show. There's a big core aspect is, watching characters that make you uncomfortable, learn and grow, positive and negative. There's a wide variety of emotions when following those characters, complete different from Water Magician. Every character's great in Water Magician, they're just naturally peaceful, and the ones who aren't just get their shit pushed in. And while a lot of the fight, like you can look at the fight in episode 4 against this hot beauty, not Mushoku Tensei vibes at all. But there is something which I think is so brilliant, and you don't see a lot of in anime, where you just have a world that's truly whimsical, that has a magic system that seems complex, the idea of like chantless magic and seeing natural born prodigies. But it's so interesting watching someone who's not like coming from this life that he's like, damn, I hated myself, I did these shitty things. Just kind of wakes up and he's like, okay, let's do this. We see a lot of these isekai where it's just kind of like chill. It's like, hey, we're chilling. We're going to do some farming. We're going to learn some magic. We're going to cast this, that, and the third. But the thing about this show is that there's something so pure about the MC and the way he just naturally explores this world. So he meets up with this one character in like episode 2 or whatever. And they're like, hey, bro, do you want to help me get back home? And he's like, no, okay, I'll do that. Any other show, any type of isekai that's not this, maybe it's like a 5-minute montage. No, man, it took him a couple episodes. It was like Lord of the Rings. It's like when we first set out with the Fellowship, man. We didn't just get to Mordor in a couple of flash. No, they went through snowy mountains. They went through forests. They fought some griffins. And it's just like the way the show explores, it's like this weird combination of Lord of the Rings meets Mushoku Tensei for me. Meets like a lot of these more simple isekai that are just supposed to be more peaceful. But it nails it in such a more better way because, like, rather than it just feeling like a slice of life, they sprinkle in enough action and adrenaline where you're like, oh, okay, like, this has kind of that thrill factor to it, which I really love. But at the end of the day, they just do everything very intelligently. As an example, the dude who we help get back to the city, right? He's not in our party, right? Like, our boy's now, like, in school doing his thing. He has a party that's roughly his rank. Like, he's D rank, which is actually, it doesn't sound like much. But the fact that he was able to start his D rank is really impressive for this world. Like, his party's all like F rank or whatever. The fact that he's working with a party roughly in the same ranking as him, of course he's different, he's more built different, but it's not like he's just like, okay, here's the natural born prodigy, here's a party that's, already like C rank or B rank or whatever, and that's where, no, it's just like, it's competent. It's a type of isekai that just, I feel like it knows what type of identity it wants, and it scratches a lot of similar itches that I've seen before. But it's almost like, okay, you see a lot of carbon copy isekais, whether character designs, themes, set pieces, whatever. And often, it very much is like, oh, it's this show, just with a slight coat of paint that's different. It's like, okay, it's this show, but rather than being green, it's now painted blue. This show's like, okay, I see like 12 different ingredients. I've seen these before. And so far, I've seen nothing that I would truly say is, oh, completely different or new. But the way they've mixed them together doesn't have me making it say like, oh, this is a weaker version of so-and-so. It's just a very fun, comfy show. And usually with isekai, there are these like more simple, slow shows. I'm not going to say otherwise. But they're usually the worst of the isekai in a season. Because like not a lot happens. But this show sometimes has more in common with how it's like a non-biori of isekai. Where it's just like, it's super simple. We can't deny that. but damn do they handle it well. And honestly, the production's pretty good. Like, there's sometimes the animation looks average. Episode 4 is a great example. Like, the fight in the dungeon was very much averagely animated. It wasn't great, but it was fine. The art was good enough. But then you see the fight later in the episode, and it's this explosive Sakuga. It's like, okay, yeah, clearly they put the attention and time into that because that needed to look better than a dungeon crawl where we killed an ant. Which still, the way they killed the ant was cool. He basically used like 8 icicles, pinned it to the ground, and the kid who looks like Armin from Attack on Titan in Season 1 is like, alright, I guess I'll do it. I don't know, man. Like, I don't necessarily have a specific reason why so much about the exploration of this world reminds me of Mushoku Tensei, but since episode 1, that's kind of how I felt. The more I watch, the more it distances itself from that specific feeling, but it still lingers. Maybe it's the way the character casts his magic, the way he conducts himself. I don't know, it's just there's so much that I legitimately like about this show, and I'm not surprised it's not like a hyped up show this season. If this was a season where we had a dozen shows, I think it'd do relatively well discussion-wise, just because, you know, there'd be less stuff to watch. But it's not like it's not that discussed because it's bad or like it's hard to get into. It's just, I think it's just it's the type of show you mostly watch and you enjoy and you don't really discuss past that. And I don't actually think that's an issue because you do need those shows and you need those games and those books and whatever else. That it's just like, your thought is, I really like that. And you move on with your day and you come back the following week. And that's kind of how I feel. So that's probably why this is a one-off video. I mean, if you surprise me and this gets like 10,000 views, yeah, I'd force myself to get up here week after week to talk about it. But there is something kind of magical about just every Thursday I end and I'm like, okay, 3 p.m. EST's here. Gonna kick back with my water magician. And the fact that bullies get their shit pushed in, he comes in, knocks them all out with some icicles after kicking ass, and Buddy tries to jump him and he just goes because he just hits with the hilt of his blade. It's good. What can I say? I don't know. You can let me know what you thought. We're now 4 episodes in. Maybe you just checked out the first episode because I made this video. But if you're like me, you've been watching it for a little bit. I've been watching it for 2 or 3 weeks now. I didn't start it immediately when it dropped. I watched, I think, a couple episodes in a row. Either way, very, very fun shit. I'm liking it. The characters top to bottom are great, and I like that characters aren't just there to be plot relevant, like the fact that, hey, buddy we traveled with doesn't just have to be in our party. We sometimes see him after the fact. It's just, it's competent. No one's gonna agree with me other than like a couple people who did on Patreon about how this feels Mushoku Tensei-ish, but that's fine. Flame me if you want, I suppose, but I'm just gonna go back to enjoying this very relaxing isekai. Shoot me. Thoughts down below, drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, and of course Patreon is where my full live reactions to all these episodes live, among other exclusives like video shoutouts. So today we got Jay Vorty, Daniel Koskell, Cephalin Coda, and we also have Connor Brown. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.